I hope that you're all okay. Thank you for joining me on Sham's first. I don't know if you can see me. Hello. This is my first mystery on a Halloween. I have done two other ones before. Last year we done the quiz. The year before we done the parody. But this year I'm going to do a full week. So I hope that everyone's going to enjoy it. Hello, everyone coming in. I have put the live chat on members only. But everyone else can watch the show. Today I'm going to be talking about, hi all my members coming in, all the community members that are watching. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be talking about sorcery and witches. Yeah, that's why you might see I've got like a few things on. I know that's nothing to do with the witch, but you know. But we're going to carry on. We're going to jump straight into it, okay? So I hope that everyone enjoys Sham's first day of mystery. And you know me, I ain't going to be like everyone else. So if you're expecting all that, it ain't going to happen. Right, let's start. Let's see if we can do this like this. Because what it is, I'd love to do it in the dark, but I don't know if you lot can see me. Because I am black. I don't think you can see me. That's why I put that other light on. And plus, I'm blind. I can't see. So I'm going to turn it back on. Yeah, at least we tried it. We did try. It was a good source, but it didn't quite work. Let's put it down there. It's a bit dimmer, but you know, it doesn't matter. Right. Hiya. Hiya everyone. Hiya Twinny. Hiya everyone coming in. Sorry if no one can talk, but the chat is on members only today because I just want to concentrate on this. I'm not really keen on this subject, but I did do a lot of research for you lot. I know that you do enjoy it. So here we go. Witchcraft, yeah. It was started billions of years ago, and I mean from the Bible days. Yeah. And this isn't no lie, witchcraft. Everyone thinks it was like, you know, the 1800s and things like that because of what we've seen on the films, but it wasn't. It literally was started from way back. And I'll tell you, I will know because I've got a little Bible quote for you. So I'm sorry if I'm going to bore you, but I like facts, not fiction. So we've got Deuteronomy. It's there's 5 books. Yeah. I can read this bit better without the glasses. No lie, because them glasses I'm cloudy. We've got Deuteronomy, chapter 18, and it goes from verse 9 to 12. You don't have to be religious, but I'm just saying witchcraft went all the way back to Bible days because in Deuteronomy, God wrote, when you enter the land of your Lord, when you enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, do not learn to imitate. I should have put my glasses on. Do not learn to imitate the clandestable. What? No, sorry, let me start again. When you enter the land of your Lord that he's giving you, do not learn to imitate the detestable ways of the nations there. Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire. Let no one who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft or casts spells, or who is a medium or a spiritualist, he's got a long list, isn't he? Or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord. So we know from the Bible times that witchcraft was around way back when, dinosaur times. So now moving on, because although there's so much you could discuss with witchcraft, and some people believe in it, some people don't. Do you know what I mean? And with witchcraft, there's a lot to discuss with it. So I'm just going to cover the big basis. So imagine you're an alien and you just come from like alien land. I'm just going to cover it. So with witchcraft, it does cause mass hysteria. The reason I don't really believe in it is because of the way that the confessions are drawn out of people. So years ago, they used to draw confessions out of people by methods of drowning them. For example, do you know where I'm coming from? What are droids? They're like a form of, I wouldn't say witchcraft. It's like a form, I wouldn't even say religion. It's like, what it is really. Druids, they are. It's like, how could I describe them? It's a form of it. Do you know where I'm coming from? But let's carry on with this, please. Sorry, people. I just don't like talking about witchcraft. I feel uncomfortable. And the reason I feel uncomfortable is because over thousands and millions of years, there you go. Over thousands of millions of years, they've caused a lot of deaths, unnecessary deaths, because how can you prove you're not a witch? But then there's a lot of people that have claimed that they are witches. And what they used to do back in the days was they used to burn you at the stake, or they used to drown you. And I'm not lying, they used to literally burn you alive and everyone would gather around. But you know what? That's like a sacrifice, really. Because witches, when they practice their religion, which I will go into, witches, they don't really practice in a church. They practice in open fields and parks. You could be walking past the park and you can see a group of people in a circle and you're thinking, oh, look, they're doing yoga. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. They could be practicing devilish worship things. But not every witch is a bad witch. We have got good witches, and what they call them are white witches. White witches, they practice spells, We will go into that as well. So, I'm going to tell you about, some stories, because there's so many variations of witches as well. You've got witches that can see into the future. You got witches that they've depicted of films, things like, let's have a look. We've got things like Roald Dahl. He done the book, The Witches. Do you know what I mean? We've got a lot of films that do witches, like The Conjuring. Some of them are from true stories, like The Omen. Some of them are just fake rubbish. But we have got a lot, well, The Omen's more of a ghost, but we have got a lot of them draw their tales from witchcraft. And if you want to know what a witch is supposed to be, in our minds, is someone that normally sits there stroking a cat and they've got a haggard face and they live in a little cottage and they love to devour kids. They love to eat kids. They like to cast spells. Now, that is partly true, but not all of it. And that's why I said there is good witches. And in the 17th century, in Europe, where I come from, it was that bad that they had jobs going around, yeah? No lie. Where you could hunt. It was called witch hunting. You could be a witch hunter. This isn't a lie. You could apply for a job at the job centre, in their kind of job centres. I don't know what they called it in them days. But their job centres, you could apply for jobs, yeah? And them job, that was called witch hunters. And what they used to do was they used to go around and basically they corrupt people. Because I only have to say, oh, you know Kelly, or you know Sweepy. I'll just tell Viking Queen and I'll tell Sabakia Snatch. Do you know Kelly and do you know Sweepy? Yeah, they was doing something. And you know what? I think they're a witch. Next thing you know, you have a trial. The trial is they dip you in water. If you drown, you're not a witch, but you're dead. But if you can swim, you're a witch. And then they'll burn you at the stake. So you either drown or you get burned. But there is no way of proving that you're not a witch. I think there was only one person that got away with it 3 times. She swam and she said it was corrupt. But what a lot of people used to do back in the days with these witch hunters was they used to blame people just solely for corruption. He said, she said, I don't like that one because that one's going with my husband. I don't like that one because they stole my business. Henceforth. Do you understand where I'm coming from, people? So a lot of these lives were perished out of menial reasons, out of spiteful reasons. Yeah? Well, exactly. It is the bad one. They're all to blame, really, aren't they? Apart from the witches. A lot of women and men, yeah, we'll go into warlocks another day. That's what they call the witch. They're the men. Witches are the women. Warlocks are men. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people died out of selfishness and spite. So, what we're going to do is we'll move on. And I'll tell you, there's a story. It's a girl, yeah? And this is a true story, people. And this one is out of spite. She was a good little Catholic girl. True story. This is about 200 years ago. She hid some bread in her prayer book. And the choir boy caught her hiding the bread in the prayer book. So the little snake grasped her up. Yeah, he went and told everyone. And they says, well, why are you in these times of poverty? Why are you hiding the bread and not eating it? That's a bit dodgy, isn't it? And she says, well, the reason I done it was because my friend has got a cow. Yeah? And the cow needs feeding. She's only a little girl. She's naive. She says the cow needs feeding. So I thought I'd give the cow some bread so we could produce more milk. She didn't know. She was, being nice. It took them, this ain't no lie, and this is what I mean about spite. It took them a year to convince everyone in town that this girl was a witch because she delved in animal witchcraft. Yeah, because she wanted to give the cow more milk. Because giving the bread to the cow was witchcraft back in them days. No lie. Yeah? And what happened was it took a year for them to actually hang. No, she didn't. She got burnt at the stake. Her and 3 accomplices got burnt at the stake all over a piece of bread. Do you know where I'm coming from? I've just noticed one thing. I've only got my memberships on here, so I'm thinking, Badger ain't a member. So I think it's only members and people with spanners who are my admins that can write. So yeah, this is a true story. She got after a year, she got burnt at the stakes. And that's an innocent child. Do you know where I'm coming from? Or because everyone thought she had done, sorcery. And I think that, on personal beliefs, was settling scores. But that's just me. Right, and now we also know that with witchcraft, they've got a religion. Yeah, it's called the Wicca religion. No lie. So the witchcraft have got a religion now. It's called the Wicca religion for the witches. It was started by a gentleman, yeah, in the 1940s. His name, sorry, I have got it here. His name is Gerald Gardner. He claimed in 1939 that he met a bunch of naked witches somewhere. I don't know where he met them, in a forest. I'm guessing because that's where the little dances and shit. So them dancing naked around some fires and that. And they saw him and they just enticed him in. This ain't no lie. His name, this is a true story. Gerald Gardner, and he started a religion, yeah, called the Wicca religion, and it's for witches only. So if you're a witch and you want to join a religion, that's the one for you, mush. Thank Shams later. They'll say I don't do you lot, not her. So he started it in the 1940s. Imagine a man that looks like Einstein running around naked, claiming to be a witch. He even wrote a book in 1954 called Witchcraft Today. But as mad as this crazy mofo is, one thing we've got to give to him is he did stop a lot of witches getting burnt at the stakes, and he made it comfortable for a lot of people to start talking about being a witch and the goodness of it that they claim and the badness of it. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. So that one, I call him the Wicca Man. And he started the religion called the Wicca religion. And that's for the witches. Then we've got other things on here, yeah? Like, we've got like, when we talk about witches, there ain't just witches. We've got like people, like I said earlier in my show, that can prophesize things. I mean, there is so many things when you talk about witches. The famous ones that we all know about is like the Bell Witch, the Salem trials. I don't want to go into that because it's been overdone so many times that anyone can research that. Like Pendle witches, Julia Brown, like I said, even the book Roald Dahl. So there's so many things that's been spoken about with witches, but I want to just give a quick synopsis of everything. So I like one, and one of my favourites that I do have to mention is called Baba Wenger. Her name is Vangelia, and she comes from Bulgaria. So, but you lot would have probably heard of her as Baba Wenger. And apparently she was a prophecy. She's a bit like Nostradamus, yeah? So she could see into the future, predict the future. And 80% of her predictions came true. Her story was she got taken up in a tornado. And at the age of 12, that's when it happened, the tornado. It blew her far. When they eventually found her, I think it was a few days later when they found her, her eyes was like covered in sand and dust. I mean, like, it was covered that much. She said that she felt it stinging. And then after that, boom, within a few weeks, months, she started slowly. Well, it was a few years. She started going blind. And she started going blind, this Baba Wenger. And then she started seeing things. And the things that she saw, I will tell you, she says that she could see invisible forces that came to her. And like I said earlier, 80% of her predictions came true. And I'm going to name some of her predictions. And what she used to say was, like, you'd ask her, what did you see? And then say, I'll just look at a person and I can see your birth all the way through, your teenage life, everything, all the way to your death. So basically, I'm going to take this off, it's doing my nutty. Baba Wenger could see literally everything, people, all your life, before it even happened as well. And then some people have claimed because you've got 6 senses, but she claims it's invisible creatures that come to her. Some people have said it's aliens. She's predicted things like this is one thing that she said, American brethren will fall after attacks by steel birds. She predicted this before 9/11. Now, when you think about American brethren, steel birds, aeroplanes, do you know what I mean? But you don't know. It could be anything else. It could be something that's going to happen in the future, where there's big birds that come along, I don't know, robots. She also predicted Joseph Stalin's death. And when she predicted that, they actually jailed her for it. No lie, people, they jailed her for it. Because they said, you're a witch! You're a witch! Ah! And you're going to kill him. But then he died that day, so she wasn't lying. So they had to release her because obviously she didn't do it. True story. She also predicted the 44th president was going to be an American black man. And people are going to want to listen to his voice. Well, we listened and not much happened, did he? He should have predicted what happened after. That shit didn't go down. But one of her last predictions was there's going to be life on Mars and humanity are going to start interacting with aliens. Our downfall is going to be interacting with aliens. Mars is going to want to take over the Earth. And in the year 5000, the Earth is gone. Boom. That's our predictions in one. This is the truth. I'm not lying. This is the truth. So, I've done my research, you know what I mean? If I'm lying, put it down on there and I will correct myself, but I very much doubt it because I'll double check on about 20 different pages. Right. Next, we're going to move on, yeah? And I'm going to tell you one more story before I'm going to move on to spell books and rituals. So one more story, yeah, which will tell you about curses. Now, like I said, witches are known for casting spells, not all bad, and curses, which is bad. And some witches can change forms, allegedly. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. There probably is some bitches amongst us that act like witches. But one of them that interested me was the West Branch Witch. And this one, I think it's in Ohio. Ohio. Oh. I had it in the alphabet or none of that. It's Ohio. It's in America. And it was to do with the Elliot family. Yeah. And especially Clemenza, the daughter. Now, some shit went down with the Elliot family, yeah? And the dad said he heard something happening. outside. He went to check it out. And when he come back in, ever since then, the family was fucked up, but especially his daughter, Clemenza. Now, when I say fucked up, I mean, like Exorcist kind of fucked up. Shit was going down around the yard, you know. They don't even have electric. So if they're blowing out your candles, you're like, we ain't even, listen, there ain't no wind. What's going on? It's covered up and that. You know what I mean? There's weird shit going on. But back in them days, I suppose you could explain it, innit? Old floorboards and that, but I don't know. I wasn't there. But anyway, they started bullying, you know, the local town, the local people, Clemenza. And one day, they found her, these bullies. And what they done was, they thought she was a witch because of the way she was acting. And this is the way they killed her. They put wooden boards on top of her and they piled it with stones until she was crushed alive by stones, crushed to death. Not crushed alive. She was alive, crushed to death. And yeah, this is a true story. This really happened. So apparently there was a curse put on her grave, and those stones is still there to this day. To this day, the stones are piled on the grave. And you know what it says on the grave? If anyone passes it, this is what it says. Remember, remember youth as you pass by, as you are, how, so once was I. So remember your youth as you pass me by, as you are now, so once was I. So you look pretty now, is he? Yeah, so did I. Until they done that to me. Basically is what she means. What? So once was I. As you are not now, so must you be. Prepare for death and follow me. So nobody believed in it. Yeah, because, you know, it's a curse, isn't it? It's just like, it's a fairy tale. True story this. So some lads back in the day decided to do it. They went up to the grave and they picked up the stones, innit? And they read it out. And they said, if you read it out and you pick up them stones, you're going to die. Mofos never listened. On the way back home, they all crashed the car. Well, they crashed the car and they all died. There was one survivor. Shall I tell you why that mofo survived? He never picked up a stone. Just saying. I don't think she made that curse. I think someone made the curse on her behalf. But that's what happened. No one believed in the curse until that happened with those lads. And then all of them died apart from the one that didn't pick up the stone. Spooky! I tell you about spooky. With witches, you can't become a witch unless you got a spell book. So here's Sham's guidance to some spell books. They're also called grimoires. Grimoires. That's what they call spell books in the witchcraft land, yeah? Grimoires. Moi. Grimoires. And these grimoires are allegedly authentic spells or rituals. Yeah, I know, fancy name. Sounds a bit posh. Sounds a bit French. Grimoires. I'm nearly finished there, people. So I'm just going to read out a few of these grimoires for you. And you can actually find most of them on Amazon. Right. Some of them are dark and deep, some aren't. I'll start off with the Orbital Magia. Yeah, this one's supposed to be a good one. It's called the Orbital Magia Spellbook. This one, it talks about things like heaven, heavenly things, and how you can reach up to God, you know, through being a human, and you know what I mean? It's like heaven and God and all that humanity things, and how to go in between. Basically, that's what that one's about. I'm just going to give you a quick update on them. We got Saint Cyprian, yeah. This one, it's a bit weird, this one. It's got the normal spells and things like that, but it contained a map, and this is the reason I've entered this one in. It contained a map for treasures. This one, it tells you how to find riches and how to enhance your life, which you should never really try and do through witchcraft, but it also contained a map of treasures, and one Frenchman found it and he become rich. I don't know what happened to him after. I don't know if he died. But yeah, that was from the Saint Cyprian. So I thought I'll get that one in. We've got the what else? We've got the Black Pullet book. Yeah, this one's like a Turkish one. It's a bit like, about talisman and the genie. So if you're into all the genie and all that rubbish and granting wishes, 3 wishes, the Black Pullet book would be good for you. Yeah, we have got some Viking ones actually. Yeah. But I didn't really write them down because them was the better ones. We've got another one called the Book of Sawyer. I hope I said it right. That one's filled with 10 pages. But what's mysterious about it is it was lost for years and years. And when they found it, they deciphered the books and they've cast spells that allegedly works. But they've got 36 squares of letters in this book and no one can decipher what it means. And they've tried for years. And it's a bit weird, so we don't know what's going on with that one. We've also got another one called the Greek Magical Papyri. That one's supposed to be like one of the oldest ones. Yeah, it's like a Greco book. It teaches you about like Rome and Egypt. It's more really if you want to learn about voodoo dolls and opening up the realm to down below. Not in other regions, I mean the devil regions, yeah? So that book is more for that. We've got the 6th and 7th Book of Moses, and those ones are supposed to be hidden or lost books from the Bible. And that one teaches you things like how to, the tricks that Jesus done. I don't know how we can teach you that because Jesus, Moses, anyway, it teaches you about the Red Sea and things like that, and you can cast them tricks. I thought it was just a tsunami. Me and my science. Then, yeah, that, but that was found in the 19th century. Apparently, it's a miracle book. We've got the A.K.A. book by Solomon. Apparently, it was by King Solomon, this book, but there's 2 of them, yeah? Key of Solomon, which talks about King Solomon saying how God can help you and how you can reach out to God through witchcraft. But remember what I said at the start? A.K.A. by Solomon tells you about demons. It's got 5 sections, yeah? And it tells you about 72 demons. I could go on and on. We got the Scorn book of Honorius. That's like medieval magic. That's got like 93 chapters in it. Do you know what I mean? About all magic. And that one was made up because these people didn't like the way the Catholic people was treating them. So they made up their own books. And it goes on and on and on. There is so many books of spells. But you understand what I mean? And This is what I mean about witchcraft. Witchcraft is still practiced even now to this day. There's so many forms. People use stones, they use rituals, they use children, they use blood, they use sacrifices, they use bones. They can conjure up things, allegedly, or they can grant you good wishes. But really, is it true? It's up to you, lot. But all I can say is I do hope that you lot did enjoy the show. That's all I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to go deep into it because when I'm covering my mystery shows, I can talk about any one of these subjects on a level. I just wanted to cover a broad spectrum for you lot. So I hope you did enjoy today's first mystery. Thank you for joining me. If you do press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos like this. Share it if you think it might be interesting to someone or cheer them up. And if you do actually enjoy my content and you do want to buy me a cup of tea, coffee, or Dr. Pepper, then press the PayPal link below. Don't forget you can also join the membership for extra videos. Thank you very much all. Kiss a kiss and have a good night.